Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to use the newborn posing pod. Okay, so this is the pod. Okay, this is the newborn posing pod, and it's about 90 centimeters in diameter and 30 centimeters high, and it's great for newborns, and it's my product, and it's the only one with the tag, the newborn posing pod. So if you buy an inferior product, it's not from me. It comes in beautiful chocolate brown, and what we're going to do today is we're going to use the pod with a newborn baby, and we're going to show you how to set up the pod in front of a window inside so that you can actually photograph a baby and not have to use lights and things like that, so you can keep the baby nice and comfortable. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our pod. Now this is transferable, you can take it in the car, you can take it anywhere, you can take it to your client's house, you can keep it in your studio, take it outdoors. It's quite durable and it is waterproof, although don't put it in the washing machine, it will get ruined. There are polystyrene beans inside here, so you don't want to wash it. Okay, you can though get some warm soapy water and wash it down with some antiseptic after each use. That way you're keeping your clients' babies nice and clean at the same time and nobody gets sick. So what we want to do is we want to find a nice window in the client's house. Okay, this is my studio window, so I'm going to shoot in front of this window, and you want to make sure you've got some good light. Now it doesn't have to be a really sunny day, it just needs to have some good light coming through. Okay, so we want to place down here, so you just want to follow the down here.
Yeah, it's just jar.
You just undo it more so it's nice and smooth. Okay, so you want to place the pod down on the ground in front of the window where you're going to get nice light without any shadow. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover it up with blankets. So I'm going to start with a nice big brown blanket, okay, and in between each blanket you can put little wee pads and stuff like that if you like. You can always get them from the pet shop, and they're called pet pads for dogs and cats and things like that. And what you can do is put them on here in between each layer, so if you have a naked baby, the baby doesn't, if it does have an accident, it won't go through to the next blanket. Okay, so you want to layer it up because you don't know how much is going to come out of that baby during your session. Oh yes, okay. So my lovely assistant Travis has got one, so we would put them in between like this, okay, and then just layer on the blankets over the top, and keeping it nice and safe between shoots. So you want to make sure you're putting the blankets down so that they're in the direction of the sunlight, so you can hold the blanket up like this. Okay, and the final blanket I'm going to use is this one, because this is the one I'm hoping to use throughout the whole shoot without having to change. So this is a beautiful rosette one, and this is the biggest one. You want to kind of get some nice material from Spotlight or one of your fabric shops and just get a good couple of meters by, maybe 2 meters by 1.5 meters or something like that, so that you've got plenty of room to hold the material up like this. So you can either use a stand or you can use Mum and Dad for that. Okay, so now we just want to grab a reflector, and we want to make sure that our reflector has the white side, so we're just going to get Mum and Dad to hold the reflector for us on baby to make sure that we get the pure light everywhere. Okay. Okay, so once you've got the baby nice and calm and asleep, which we've got this beautiful little baby to go to sleep, we're going to keep her dressed for this recording purposes, but normally you would probably have her stripped down bare and all wrapped up in a wrap or something like that. But for recording purposes, we're going to keep her nice and dressed. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get one of the parents, we're going to get Mum to come and grab the back of the blankets. Okay, and all we want to do is we want to hold the blankets nice and taut. That's it, and as wide as you can. Okay, you don't need to film Kelly necessarily. She probably doesn't want to be filmed. but just so that we can see how the blanket is, okay? So we're going to have the blanket nice and out like this, okay? And then I'm going to get the other parent with the reflector, okay? So if I can get, you'll just get your legs cut. Okay, so then we're going to get the reflector. And we just want to make sure, can you see where the light hits her face? We'll take it away, See how there's shadow on her cheek? See how if we go like this, the shadow's gone? Okay, great. Okay, so we're not going to spend a lot of time posing this baby for the tutorial, but normally what you would do is you would wait for as long as you can until she's really, really, really asleep, and then you would pose the hands under the face like this, you would cross the legs and do all that sort of thing, but just so we can get this started, we're going to get going now. Okay. And this is why you always spare 4 hours for a newborn shoot. I'm going to go quick. Okay, awesome. Okay, so that's how you would start a newborn shoot, and you would go on from there, and then you would change the blankets and things like that. And you would maybe take her clothes off and try and get her to have a nice little, you know, cocoon-like photo on her belly. The ideal age is between 1 to 7 days. 2 weeks can be a little bit harder because it's harder to keep baby asleep and keep her moving, to keep her still on the pod, but still you can do up to 3 weeks because the pod's big enough for that. Okay, but and you can also position twins and triplets on the pod. It's big enough for newborn twins and triplets as well. So that's how you use the newborn posing pod, and it doesn't matter if it's chocolate or white because it doesn't show through the blanket, so you'll be fine. So thank you for joining me.